Hi everyone, it is just me here again on Friday morning, and we're here for Vinyasa and kind of an all levels approach. So if you're newer to yoga, or if you've been practicing for a while and you have some of those Vinyasa elements more under your belt, there's options for more challenge too. So just to note, you are welcome to pull up music if you like music on while you're practicing. And I've been sharing my public Spotify account. It's under Embrace Wonder Yoga. And I have a ton of awesome playlists on there for yoga. All types of yoga, restorative yoga playlists, vinyasa playlists, and in between. And today, we'll just get to a little bit of everything body-wise, starting with some breathing, going through a warm-up, and then getting into a nice steady vinyasa practice where we're trying to link our movements with our breath, really embodying the movement in the practice. Keeping in mind, especially when you start to feel challenged in something, that a little bit of the pose is still the pose. So even if you're just doing it in a small way, you're doing it right. And also, I thought I might share a little bit of philosophy, yoga philosophy here this morning. So that's something that I do in my studio vinyasa classes, and it's been really nice. So we've been talking through the 8 limbs of yoga passed down to us from our great sage of yoga, Patanjali. And so these 8 limbs are all like different limbs, different pathways to help get to the same place. When we have an understanding of yoga as it's a practice, keyword there, practice, that helps us overcome the obstacles of our minds, all that monkey mind, all of the distractions, all of the questions and worries and everything that the mind does at any given moment to distract us from what is actually happening in our hearts, in the present moment. So yoga and all of its limbs, all of its pathways, all of its tools and practices are designed to help us overcome everything that's going on up here so that we can experience more of who we really are in our hearts. So some of those practices can be asana, like the postures, the movements. And some of them could be, pranayama, breathing exercises. Both of those things really help us quiet the mind so that we can focus more on the body, which then helps us focus more on what is real for us at the moment. And lately in my Vinyasa studio classes, we have been on the topic of surrender. And last night, we had a really great conversation about, what do you surrender to when things really get tough? In the darkest, hardest moments, what is it that you find solace in, find comfort in, find hope or faith or trust in? And, for some of us, it could be something like God, universe. There's lots of different words for it. Intuition, just human connection. Personally, and somebody else in my class last night shared too, that when the going really gets tough, like when we've lost a loved one or had to go through something really unexpected and just that is hard, it's that trust in my higher self that I'm going to be able to put my life back together. So when we start to feel like we're out of control, and honestly, we're not in control most of the time, even when we think we are in control. But when we start to really feel like, oh, I just don't, my plans didn't work out, I don't know what's going to happen, that we have something solid, a foundation, an anchor, a safe place or person or entity to surrender to and help us get through those moments. That's what this teaching is really about. A place to surrender, to fall back into when we are not in control. So I like to let that rumble a little bit on the yoga mat too, and in our asana practice, and our bodies. Our bodies aren't going to look the same, 2 years from now that they are today, or even tomorrow. You never know. So finding some surrender in how we think our bodies should be, how we think our practice should be, especially when we start to really put the grips on things. So just letting go and starting to cultivate that trust, that faith, that surrender in either yourself or whatever it is that makes you feel comforted. So with all of that said, we'll get started with our practice today, starting with some breathing. Finding either a comfortable seat or a comfortable lying down shape to take a moment to focus on the breath. Starting with just bringing your awareness to the fact that you're breathing. Breathing in and breathing out through the nose or the mouth, whichever feels right in the moment. Noticing how your breath sounds, how your breath feels. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it even or jagged? Tuning in to that rising with the inhale in the body, in the chest. Release through the exhale in the body. And to expansion on the inhale, contraction on the exhale. We'll move into a little breathing exercise. I also shared this last night in my studio class. And we'll do a breathing exercise called the matching breath, designed to help balance the right and left sides of the brain and the body. So we're trying to match the length of our inhale to the length of our exhale. You can keep track by tapping a finger or just keeping count in your mind silently. You could start with a count of 4 to inhale, 4 to exhale, and taking it up to 6 or 8, or even 10 if you need to. And you might notice if you need to slow down or speed up the inhale or the exhale in order to get them to match. We'll do a few rounds like that. One more round of inhaling and exhaling after this one. Softening the breath back to a gentle inhale and exhale. Checking in with yourself, your body, mind, and heart. Seeing if anything comes up as to what you might need most out of your practice today. Something for the body, mind, or heart. Something to invite in. Something to let go of. Just something to remember and keep in mind. Calling intentions into practice with the next really full deep breath in, full deep breath out. With the next inhale, starting to make your way up to seated if you're lying down. From a comfortable seat, we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up high overhead. Exhaling, drawing elbows down and back. Lowering one hand to the side, inhaling the other arm up and over, holding like that. We're bending at the lifted elbow, hand towards the back of the head or the neck. Turning up a little bit more. Let the hand pull us up with an inhale, exhale to lower. Inhaling as the other arm reaches up. Exhale, settle in for a few deep breaths on this side. And feeling free to deepen the stretch in the lifted arm, shoulder. Bending at the elbow and opening up. Inhale, reaching up, both arms overhead. And exhale, both elbows down and back. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, hands down in front of you, rounding your spine back. Staying there or walking the hands forward for a little bit more of a stretch, just as far forward as feels good. You could even rock around a little bit. Inhaling as the hands walk in, rolling up to seated, moving forward into a tabletop pose on the hands and the knees. I move through a few rounds of cat and cow, inhaling to open through the front body. Exhaling to open through the back body. Inhaling for cow pose to open. Exhaling for cat pose to round. And adding on by rocking around a little bit. Pulling back to child's pose. Rocking forward. Circling around. Just getting the body to wake up a little bit. Whatever it is you're doing in your day or your week, just loosening things up a bit. One or two more breaths here. As you feel ready, finding downward facing dog. Inhaling as the hips lift, exhaling as we settle in for a few deep breaths. Add in, maybe rocking hips a bit side to side, bending at the knees. Any little micro movements for another breath or two. And then finding some stillness in your downward dog. It's okay to bend the knees a little bit to get through the chest and shoulders a little bit more, keeping the hips high, but starting to anchor through the arms, through the hands, even the feet, even if your heels don't touch the mat, just kind of anchoring energy back down through the feet. One more breath. Inhaling as we start to walk into a forward fold, folding over the left. Inhaling to a half forward fold. Exhale as we fold over the left. Inhale all the way overhead with a big deep breath. Exhale as the hands lower down. Inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, anchor down through the legs and the feet. Inhale, lift and reach up. Exhale, fold forward through the heart. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. With the next inhale, rolling forward towards a plank. Looking to find shoulders over the wrists, legs strong behind us. Feeling free to lower the knees or even move onto forearms to modify. Pressing the ground away with a deep breath. And then inhaling back to a downward facing dog. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale forward to a plank. Hold for the exhale. Inhale back, downward facing dog. Hold for the exhale. Inhale forward. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, downward dog. Hold for the exhale. Inhale forward to plank. Hold. Inhale, downward dog. Hold. Inhale the right foot up, 3-leg dog. You might bend at your knee, let the hips open if that feels good. Some people even like to move the leg around, circling from the hip joint. Inhaling to reach up. Exhale, right foot forward through the hands. Low lunge, lower the left knee down. Anchor through your right foot. Inhaling, starting to pick the body up. You could start with hands at your knee, or reach overhead, or open. Breathing deep to the front of the left hip. Anywhere else you feel the stretch. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. Exhaling both hands to the inside of the right foot. You might walk right foot out a little bit. We'll tuck the left toes under and lift the left knee. Grounding left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, do a few big circles back through that arm. Look at range of motion. One more. And bringing right hand to the inside of the right foot again. Lizard lunge. We're inhaling. Exhaling, bending at the elbows to deepen the stretch. It could just be a little bend in the elbows. Or on this side, the left forearm might come down. Maybe both. Or a block can be super handy if the arms don't quite make it. Rather than letting right knee open, we'll keep right knee, right foot grounded, right knee hugging in towards the body. One more breath. Lower the left knee. Inhale back onto the hands. Sending right foot to the back of the mat for modified side plank. So we send the right leg back, ground through the outside edge of the right foot. The left leg side kicks off to the side, so we have more support there. The left hand is underneath the left shoulder. We have this nice arm column here. The right arm starts to open up. This is a great way to modify side plank, but we'll challenge it more if you like. You're welcome to stay here. Or for more of a challenge, we can walk the left hand forward just slightly so that when we rock the shoulder forward, it's still over the wrist. Right leg can float up from there, again, for more challenge. And some people even like to add in some back bend elements here, bending at the right knee, reaching for ankle and open, holding strong through right side body, left side body, and core strength, front core and back core. Maybe one more breath. Inhaling as we unwind. Exhale back to the mat. Inhale, open for cow pose. Exhale, round back for cat pose. Inhale, tabletop, widening the knee. Round right hand underneath right shoulder. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Rotate the left wrist around a few times, both directions. Inhaling to reach. Exhale, thread. Left arm underneath the right. Left shoulder, left ear down. Right hand can stay where it is. Reach up. Half bind. Choosing the option that feels best for your shoulder. Breathing into shoulders, breathing into twist. One more breath here. Right hand underneath the right shoulder, we'll press into it. Inhaling to sweep the left arm up overhead towards the ceiling. Exhale back to the mat. Again, inhale, cow pose to open. Exhale, cat pose to round. Inhaling back to downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath a little bit. Look for length in the spine, space in the front of the shoulders, in the heart, chest. Inhale, left foot high, three-leg dog. Feeling free to open, bending at the knee, circling around through the hip joint if that feels good. Inhaling to reach up. Exhale, left foot forward through the hands, low lunge. So we're lowering the right knee down. Rounding through the left foot. Inhaling to pick the body up just as much as feels good. Keeping the hands low or taking them overhead. Breathing on this side to the front of the right hip. And anywhere else you feel the stretch. One or two more breaths. Inhaling to reach up. Exhale, both hands to the inside of the left foot. Left foot can walk out a little bit. We'll tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. Round the right hand underneath right shoulder. Inhale to spin the left arm. Exhale, circle the left arm behind you and keep doing a few more of these big circles back through the left arm. Left hand back to the inside of the left foot. Lizard lunge, we're inhaling, deepening the stretch by exhaling, bending at the elbows. And on this side, right forearm might come down. Or maybe we let forearms come to a block. Keeping grounded through the left foot, left knee in towards midline. One or two more breaths. Lower right knee, inhaling back onto the hands. Modified side plank. We're sending the left foot to the back of the mat this time. Rounding through the outside edge of the foot. Kicking right leg off to the side like a little kickstand. Right hand, wrist, elbow underneath the shoulder. Inhaling as the left arm opens up. Staying there, still doing lots of work here. We're adding in more challenge by walking right hand forward, floating left leg up. Super strong through the left side of the body. Super strong under the right side of the body, right shoulder, right arm. Adding in the back bend if you like, bending at the knee and opening. Staying strong through back body now. Front core as well. Inhaling as we let it go, start to open. Exhale back to the mat. Inhaling for a cow pose. Exhale, cat pose round. Inhale back to center, widen the knee. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Rotate right wrist around. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to thread. Right arm, right shoulder, down. Left hand could stay there, could walk forward, reach up or half by. Breathing into shoulders, breathing into twist. Slowly bringing left hand underneath the left shoulder, press into it. Inhale, sweep the right arm back up, just one inhale to open. Exhale back to the mat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale to neutral, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhaling to get there. Exhale, settle in for a few deep breaths. Anchor through the hands, through the legs, soft in the heart. One more breath. Adding in Chaturanga this time, or our yoga push-up. Inhaling forward to a plank. Holding plank or lowering the knees to modify Chaturanga. Noting that in both plank and with the knees down, we want to rock forward a little bit so that when we bend our elbows, the elbows are still directly over the wrists, creating a strong column through the arm so that the wrists or joints don't have to hold all of the pressure, all of the load. Inhaling either back to child's pose or back to downward facing dog. For more challenge, we'll do a couple more. With the next inhale, rolling forward. Notice how I'm rocking forward to bend at the elbows, keeping elbows over wrists. And inhaling to press back. Do one more. Inhale forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale back. One or two more breaths here. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, folding over the left. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Take a deep breath to the top. Exhale as hands lower down. Find a breath. Inhaling to grow tall. Exhaling to anchor down. Inhaling to lift and reach up. Exhale, diving forward through the heart. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. This time taking a deeper bend in the knees, inhaling the arms up for chair pose or Utkatasana. Inhale a deep breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to one side without placing your arm on your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Inhale to center. Exhale, sink to your seat. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhaling back to plank. And feel free to modify your plank, modify your push-up, or even skip it altogether if it's not serving you or your shoulders today. Inhale. Exhale, you can find your chaturanga. And then we'll lower all the way down. So maybe the knees come down first, elbows hugging in as we lower. Starting with a locust pose today for a back body stretch, for a heart opener. So we'll find a different arm variation. We'll let the arms reach back, out, forward, your choice. Inhaling to float the whole body off the mat. Chin, chest, shoulders, arms. The legs float up behind us too. Our lungs help inflate us through the inhale and naturally deflate us a little bit through the exhale. 2 more breaths here. Noticing all the back body helping to pull us off the ground. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. You could slide your hands underneath your head like a little pillow. And bending at the knees, letting the feet windshield wiper side to side, loosening up back body a little bit. Lowering the feet back down, sliding hands underneath your shoulders. Inhaling back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, forward through the hands, low lunge. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, we're twisting left elbow to the right knee or left. Stacking right elbow on top of left, or kind of, at the best angle that you can get to. Then when we can keep the left knee down, or for more challenge, we can tuck the left toes under, lift the knee, so we're in more of a rotated runner's lunge. Not making the arms do all of the work. So core strength is adding in here to help twist open to the side. Ribs are turning up to the side. Shoulders turning open with core strength leading the way. 1 more breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, let the hands lower back down. Round the left foot down. Inhaling up for warrior 2. Good. Heel to arch alignment with the feet. Arms reaching away. And we'll lift and lengthen out of the shape. Straighten through the right leg, arms overhead, deep breath in. Exhaling to lower back down to warrior 2, maybe further than before. Holding strong in the legs, keeping them how they are. We'll inhale, reversing warrior, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, reaching forward, then lowering, right forearm down, left arm up, overhead, half bind, maybe full bind, or maybe we're taking steps towards binding or working on that, using a block to help us out. Keeping core strength, helping to twist the left side of the body up. 1 or 2 more breaths here. Inhaling back up to warrior two. Deep breath in. Exhaling as the hands lower down in front of us, moving through Vinyasa now with the breath. Inhaling back to a plank. Exhale through Chaturanga. Lower all the way down to the front body from there. Inhaling up to a heart opener, maybe low cobra, higher cobra, upward facing dog. Exhaling to lower back down. Inhaling back to downward facing dog. Reconnect with deeper breaths. Inhale, really invite in some space to the body, to the mind, and the heart. Exhale, soften. And again, sometimes that softening or that space even isn't in the body, but rather in the mind or the heart. Finding some softening. 1 more breath. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, forward for low lunge. Lower the right knee down. Inhale as the arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, find some length through the spine. Exhale, twist right elbow, right arm to the left leg. Pressing the hands together. Not making the arms do all of the work, like with leverage. Add in core strength to help twist to the left. Staying with the right knee down or tucking the toes under, lifting the right knee for more challenge. One more breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hands down. Prep for warrior two, grounding the right foot down. Heel to arch alignment. Inhaling as the arms open. Start with lifting out of the shape. Deep breath in. Lift and lengthen. Exhale back down, maybe further than before. Hold strong in the legs and keep them glued how they are. Inhale the right arm down, left arm up. Reverse warrior. Let core strength lead the way so your arms aren't holding you up. Inhale back up through warrior two. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can, extended side angle. Core strength helping us get here. Then lowering left forearm down, right arm up, over, half bind, or start to deepen the stretch. And feel free to use a block on the outside or the inside. Working on steps towards binding if that's something you're interested in. Core strength, twisting the right ribs, the heart, the shoulder. 1 or 2 more breaths. You can turn the head down. Inhale back up through warrior two. Deep breath in. Exhale as the hands lower down. Optional vinyasa, or you can skip it and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart opener of your choice. Low cobra, cobra variation, or upward dog like this. Deep breath in, exhale, let core strength take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. And inhale, really invite space in. Exhale, softening, grounding. 2 more breaths like that. One more breath. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, step left foot forward. Inhale, right foot forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Rounding through the feet. Inhale, all the way up, deep breath in. Exhale, hands lower down. Find a breath here. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, anchoring down. Inhale, lifting and reaching up. Exhale, folding forward through the heart. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Deep bend in the knees. Inhale, chair pose, sweep up. Exhale, sink into it. Inhale here. Exhale, core strength leads the way as we sweep our arms over to one side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, sweep to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale, over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink to your seat. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, optional vinyasa. Inhaling back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Lowering all the way down. Inhale, heart opener. Exhale, let it go. Meet back, downward facing dog. Find a deep breath or 2. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, right foot forward through the hands. Warrior 2. Inhale to open. Exhale, ground. Good. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Inhaling to straighten through the right leg. Triangle pose. We'll heel toe the left foot in a little bit, shortening our stance, especially if it was really far apart. And you might prep with a block on the outside or the inside of your ankle. Inhaling, arms reach away like warrior 2. And we're reaching through the right hand, letting left hip move to the side, really rounding through the outside edge of the left leg and foot. Reaching, core strength helping us hold this. Then exhaling the right hand down, left arm up, triangle. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhaling to lower the left hand down. We can bring left foot in a little bit more and even step out to the left a little bit, and we'll rotate triangle pose. So left hand will now be underneath the left shoulder. Right hip is moving back. We're opening the right shoulder, right arm up. You'll notice how I move my block forward so that my wrist is still underneath my left shoulder, creating more support. Good. One more breath in here. Exhale, right hand down, half moon pose. So we can bring our block, if we're using a block, towards the right corner of the mat, or fingertips towards the right corner. The left foot can scoot in and then start to open up. So here we're letting the left hip open towards the side of the room. Left leg is strong, not just kind of a limp noodle back there. It's active. Left shoulder's opening. The left arm might reach up. You can even challenge this shape further by trying to take weight out of the right hand or adding in that back bend if we like that, bending at the knee and opening. Deep breath in. Exhale, warrior three. So the left hip will lower to meet the right so that the hips are even. The toes are now pointing straight down towards the floor. Left leg super active. And we're taking weight out of the hands or keeping them down for support. Deep breath in. Good. Rotate half moon from here. So the left hand will lower down now towards the left corner of your mat. Left hip even with the right. Inhaling the right arm up. Keeping the legs active towards each other. Heel reaching back. One more deep breath. Good. Right hand down. Left hand down. Left foot down. Inhale, step back to plank. Move through vinyasa. Take child's pose or meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling as the heart lifts up. Exhaling, meeting back in downward dog. Find deep breaths. One more breath here. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, forward, prep for warrior two. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to ground. Good. Inhaling, we'll straighten through the left leg. Heel toe right foot in a little bit. Prep for triangle pose. Feel free to add the block back in. Reaching out like warrior two. Now we're reaching forward through the left arm, staying rounded through the right leg, outside edge. Deep breath in. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. Add in a block if that helps, so you don't have to bend at the knee or reach for the floor. Breathing into the stretch while keeping the body active and strong here. Inhale. Exhale, right arm down, rotated triangle pose. So we'll bring the right foot in even more as we start to send the left hip back, squaring the hips more towards the front. Right hand underneath the right shoulder or a block. Starting with just twisting. So twist from the waist, then through the heart, then through the shoulder, then maybe the left arm floats up. Stay grounded through back leg, and it's okay to have a little bend in the front left knee if that helps. Legs are really tight. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Exhale, left hand down for half moon. So left hand will start to move towards the left corner of your mat. Block, also super helpful here. We're walking the right foot in a little bit and then floating it up so that the right hip is open, the right shoulder's opening up, the right arm can open up. We can stay here, or we can challenge the shape and our balance further, maybe taking weight out of the left hand. And adding that back bend in, reaching for the right ankle, foot, and opening. Hold on to strength, especially in the core. One more breath. Exhale, right hand down for warrior three. Right hip even with the left. Right leg super strong behind us with the toes pointing straight down rather than turn to the side. Seeing if we can take some weight out of the hands or keep them down for support. And then rotated half moon. So the right hand lowers down towards the right corner of the mat or a block. Right hip even with the left. Left side of the body opening, left shoulder opening. Right leg strong, legs engaging towards each other. One more breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, left hand down. Right hand to the mat. Right foot to the mat. Optional vinyasa, back to plank. Or meet us in downward dog. Exhaling through chaturanga. Inhaling as the heart lifts high. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Lower the knees down, finding your favorite child's pose variation. Walking both hands over to the right side of the mat, opening through the left side of the body more. Inhaling back to center, exhaling both hands over to the left side of the mat. Breathing deep to the right side body. Inhaling back to center. Inhaling forward onto front body. Start slowing things down a little bit from here. Hands underneath your shoulders. We'll open the right arm out to the side, palm facing down. Right ear can lower down. Bending at the left knee, foot towards the ceiling. And then we pick the left leg up, sending it towards the right side of the mat. Knee up towards the ceiling so that the foot might be able to plant down for more support. Breathing deep to the front of the right shoulder arm. Really listening there. Not turning it into a tug of war, not pushing for the very deepest stretch. Somewhere in between. One more breath. Exhale, left side of the body down. Right hand can start to slide in underneath the right shoulder. Left arm will open out to the side. Left ear down. Bending at the right knee. Picking the right leg up and over to get to the stretch on the other side. Breathing deep to where you feel it. And we shouldn't be at our deepest edge of the stretch. We don't want to be somewhere where it's like, oh, I got to back out of that. But somewhere that you can hold and find a little bit of space and take a few deep breaths. It doesn't feel like too much. One more breath here. Exhale, right side of the body back down. Left hand in towards the body, onto forearm. Sphinx pose with the elbows underneath the shoulders. And we'll slide the right knee out to the side for half frog. targeting the front of the hip joint, the inner leg muscles, taking a couple more breaths here. Staying here for a moment. And then picking the right arm up just enough to thread the left arm under. We're twisting. So we're opening the right arm up and then letting the right hip, the right knee, slide with us so that we can open into a nice deep twist. If the right arm is still floating, you might let it float if you like that stretch. You might move it around, exploring range of motion. Or you could let it rest on your body or prop it up with blocks. Full body stretch here. Inviting space to the shoulders, to the chest, down the spine into lower back and hips. One or two more breaths. And then slowly bringing right arm back to meet the left. Right leg back to meet the left, inhaling onto forearms. Notice the difference between right and left side. As you feel ready, left knee out to the side, half frog. We'll take a few breaths here for a moment. Breathing to the front of the left hip joint, the inner leg muscles. One or two more breaths here. Picking the left arm up just enough to thread the right arm under, right shoulder down. Inhaling as we start to swing the left arm up, letting the left hip, the left knee slide with us to open. Settling into twisting. Noticing how this side feels. Sending deep breaths to the tight spots. One more breath here. Inhaling to bring left arm back to meet the right. Left leg back to meet the right. Inhaling onto the forearm. Exhaling as we slide the elbows out, make a little pillow for the head with the hand. Letting the body just breathe on the ground for a moment. Feeling your breath. Compress the body to the ground with each inhale and exhale. Relaxing, slowing down, letting go. One more breath here. Sliding hands underneath the shoulders, pushing back to child's pose. Inhaling through tabletop. Exhaling hips towards the heels. Any variation here with knees together or apart. Hips high or low. Letting the arms relax. Breathing deep to the back body, feeling it expand as you inhale. And then feeling the front body, the heart soften as you exhale. A few more breaths like that here. Inhaling up to a seat. Shifting feet out in front of you. Making your way onto the spine. Hugging knees in towards the body. Rocking a little bit side to side. Getting in any final little movements needed to complete your practice today. Could be a happy baby pose, letting the hips open a little bit more, hamstrings open a little bit more. Or it could be with feet on your mat, you might lift up to a bridge for a moment. Or with the hips down, we can just let the front of the hips open. Bound angle pose, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Slowing down. As you feel ready, making your way into Shavasana, where we're simply lying down on the mat. But if you have props handy, you might slide something underneath your knees to help neutralize lower back, or something under the head, the neck, or the shoulders. Slowing the breath down. Our shape of surrender, Shavasana, where we let go of all the control, can give ourselves permission to let go of all of the effort, all the trying, all the fixing, all the holding. And really surrender. Really allow yourself the feeling of letting go and the space to just be. When we practice things like surrender in moments where we don't have anything crazy happening like this, it's easier to practice in those tough moments. It's one of the ways our yoga practice helps us in everyday life. Letting go of the doing, of the effort, of the trying. Really sinking in to the freedom of surrender, to just be. Just be with your breath moving in and moving out. Just be with the body resting on the ground. soaking up practice. One deep breath at a time. And the mind likes to be in control. It likes to do and think. It will never stop. But we can practice not attaching to the mind, not letting those mind distractions take us on a ride. Once we notice that the mind is starting to control, to do, to think, we gently, kindly guide our thoughts back to the inhale, back to the exhale, back to the rising and releasing of the breath, back to the here and the now, releasing, softening, letting go. One deep breath at a time. Starting to deepen, breath back into the body more. You could breathe through every little cell of your body. These deeper breaths moving in, you can start to bring little movements back to the body. The fingers to the toes, to the arms and the legs. You might reach long overhead with a deep breath or a little side to side. Turning to your favorite side if you like, soaking up a few more slow, deep breaths there. As you feel ready, helping yourself slowly on up to a seat. Close our practice together. Finding any comfortable seated shape that you like. Finding your breath again once you've found your seat. Checking back in with yourself, with your body, with your mind, with your heart. Noticing if there's been any shifts in your practice today, how you're feeling right now. Remembering any intentions we may have called into our practice, taking them with us, knowing that we're working on them. And I always invite you to take a little bow to yourself, giving ourselves extra thanks and gratitude for carving out this time for self-care. We can also honor the teacher within each of us here, all the teachers who came before us, all the teachers yet to come, in our practice time together in community, even if we're online. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me, watching this later on. And if you have any questions about anything that we did, or if you have any special requests for next week or something that you're just wanting to work on or have a question about, feel free to reach out and email me. My email is embracewonderyoga@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on the website. And you can join us again on Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for gentle yoga, kind of taking it down a notch from here with more gentle movement, not so hard on the body, more restorative. And we'll be back here on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Vinyasa. And again, please feel free to reach out if there's anything that you have a question about or need some help with. And I hope you have a fabulous day, a fabulous weekend if it's your weekend. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you.